Hi, I'm Suze Kroeber. I'm a graduating 3L class of 2021 at Columbia Law School. I really was told that, law school was this big, scary place. And I was really delightfully surprised at how wonderful my peers were, how caring they were, how interested in learning everybody was. I think there's a misconception that public interest students are on one side and corporate lawyers are on the other side. The fact is we all exist in the same legal community. One of the things that has been most important to me, especially coming from economic justice work, is I'm actually really interested in a lot of the legal issues that corporate lawyers look at. I love complicated systems that are designed to keep people out, and I like figuring them out and helping others navigate them. I can't say enough for what it's like to go to law school in New York. You can meet every single kind of lawyer. Every single kind of lawyer lives in New York City. For me, it was very important to go find community partners, lawyers that were doing the work that I was interested in. You can find those, you can work with those people. There's no better place to be a law student. Learning and trying to affect the world at the same time is a really tenuous position. And I would be lying if I didn't say it wasn't extremely scary. I credit my clinic for really pushing us to, get out there and do the thing as opposed to just talking about the thing. It is an enormous privilege that people are letting you come into their lives with real issues and be there to advocate for them, but also to learn from them. Our clinic team was focused on advocating for a piece of legislation that was trying to reform driver's license suspensions in New York State. And for us, it became much more of an exercise in learning from the communities who were affected, what they needed to make this new statutory reform work for them, because the law on the paper alone was not going to solve the problem. Working in former communist countries or current communist countries like China and Russia really was sort of my entree into thinking about workers' rights, whether it's right to employment, right to housing. The COVID pandemic has really bolstered my desire to be an economic justice lawyer. In a really stark way, it's laid bare so many of the issues that brought me to law school in the first place. All of the issues around economic inequality. Who is an essential worker? Who are the workers that need protections? They're often the ones that have the fewest employment protections, because it just absolutely, validates the need for us to do this kind of work and address these issues so that we don't see these huge inequities the next time around. Law for me is arbitrary. And what I mean by that is law is just an accumulation of words. It's an accumulation of rules that we've put down on the page or that judges have put down on the page. And we come to law school to learn how all of those things are going to work in this uniform pattern that is predictable and gives us certainty. And then throughout the course of law school, if you're like me and most of my friends, you discover that that's not true at all. What that means in terms of trying to practice, especially from a social justice perspective, is you have to be prepared for all of the different directions that the law can go, because every time the law changes, the world changes. Words can change the world. That's the thing that I've learned, I think, most in law school, in these really specific and powerful ways.